Hello everyone. So today let us review how to multiply trinomials. So a trinomial is a polynomial, like a binomial, a trinomial. All of these are polynomial. So what is a trinomial? In algebra, a trinomial is a polynomial that consists of exactly 3 terms. These the terms are usually connected by addition or subtraction. So from the word itself, tri, it means 3, right? And nomial means term. So trinomial meaning 3 terms. So a trinomial, it is a polynomial with 3 terms. So a trinomial can have constants, it can have variables and exponents, but exponents must be whole numbers, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. All right? So this is an example of a trinomial. So it consists of 3 terms. What is the first term? The first term is x squared. And then we have the second term, 5x. And the third term is a constant 6. So in the first term, x squared, we have an exponent, 2, right? X raised to the power 2, x squared. And we have the second term, 5x, where 5 is the coefficient and x is the variable. So in this trinomial, the variable involved is only 1. That is the x, right? And the constant is 6. And we have a coefficient of the second term, which is 5. All right? So the most famous trinomial is probably a quadratic trinomial. Yeah, usually the quadratic equation, when you use the quadratic equation, the trinomial that you use, or the polynomial that you use is actually a trinomial, like this one. So this is actually the quadratic form. So you can use the quadratic formula to solve for the value of x in this case. And this is a trinomial, but it is also quadratic. So you can use the quadratic equation to solve for this trinomial, right? And you know the formula, right? Minus b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. See, I've memorized that one. So even all these years, I still memorize that formula, and maybe you should too, you should memorize the quadratic formula or the quadratic equation, right? And in this case, a, b, and c are actually numbers, and a must not be equal to 0. So the first coefficient must not be equal to 0, but a, b, and c are all numbers. So here are more examples of trinomials. So this is a trinomials as well. So this is a trinomial. So there are 3 terms there. This number 2 example is also a trinomial. In this case, the variable is y. So the first term is 3y squared, then minus 2y, and plus 1. So 3 terms. This next example is a cubic trinomial. Why is it a cubic trinomial? Because the highest exponent is 3. The first term is 4x cubed. Second term is plus 2x. The third term is minus 7. So it is a cubic trinomial. And this one is just a linear trinomial, very basic linear trinomial. So a plus b minus c. So how do you multiply trinomials? How do you multiply them? So multiplying trinomials is an application of the distributive property. So meaning you distribute it. All right? The core idea is that every term in the first polynomial must be multiplied by every term in the second polynomial. For example, let's have an example. Here is one trinomial multiplied to another trinomial. And I just mentioned that every term of the first trinomial must be multiplied to every term of the second trinomial. So what does it mean? Meaning the term a of the first trinomial must be multiplied to every term of the second trinomial. So that means a times d plus a times e plus a times f. And that is for the first term. The second term of the first trinomial must also be multiplied to every term of the second trinomial. So that means plus b times d plus b times e plus b times f. And finally, the last term c will also be multiplied to every term of the second trinomial. So it would be c times d plus c times e plus c times f. So you need to do it systematically so that you'll never miss a thing. So never ever miss a thing. If you miss one of those multiplication terms, then you're screwed, right? So that's why you need to do it systematically. So do it term by term, all right? So you need to follow certain steps. The first step is you need to distribute the first term first. So the first term in the first trinomial across the second trinomial. Next, distribute the second term of the first trinomial to the three terms of the second trinomial. And you do it, right? Until you finished everything. And last one, you distribute the third term of the first trinomial across all three terms of the second trinomial. And you will end up with 9 individual products because there are 3 in the first trinomial and then 3 in the second trinomial. So you end up overall with 9. So once you have multiplied everything, every term, then you need to combine all the like terms. So similar terms must be combined. So for example, so we have here one trinomial multiplied to another trinomial. So what we will do is we will multiply x to the y, and we also multiply. So we can write it like this, right? So we have x plus 3y plus 2 multiplied to x minus 4y plus 4. And what did I just say? You multiply it first, distribute the x first. So this one distributed to the other trinomial. So we have x times x. So that's x squared. So next, x times y. Right? Next, x times 4. 4x. Next, we should distribute 3y. 3y times x, 3y times 4y, and so on. And it will result with this. Oh, by the way, the first step is like this. So the second step, we distribute the 3y. So these are the answers when we distribute 3y, right? 3y times x, 3y times negative y, 3y times positive 4. So these are the answers. And you just need to combine them, once you have all those 3. And the last one is we need to distribute the third term, 2. So 2 times x, 2 times minus y is minus 2y, 2 times 4 is 8. And then you combine these 3, it will be this one. So once you have all multiplied, you just need to combine all the 3. Here you go. So this one, it was the first one. So this is the result of the first term. This is the result of multiplying the second term. This is the result of multiplying the third term, right? And what you will need to do now is to combine all similar terms or like terms. So let's start with x squared. Let's find some x squared there. There's only one x squared, right? This x squared. So that's it. So just put x squared over there. So now let's find all the y squared. How many y squared can you find? There's only one, so it is this one. So it is minus 3y squared. It's the only one. Now what about xy terms? Oh, we have xy here. We have xy here. And that's it. So we need to combine those two. So we have minus xy plus 3xy is 2xy. All right? So just combine all the terms. So next, we need to combine all the x terms. So these are the things that we could find them. So you combine those two, 6x. Combine all the y terms. We have 12y minus 2y. The answer is 10y. And finally, combine all constants. In this case, there's only 1/8. Once we have everything there, you just combine all this. You just combine all of this into one expression. So putting them all together, we will have something like this. Now we put them all together. All right? And that's it, right? There's nothing to simplify. That is already simplified, right? That would be the final answer of multiplying trinomials. So it really doesn't matter if you multiply, like if there will be 4 terms in there, the same procedure applies. Multiply every term. If there will be 5 terms, that's not a trinomial, of course, but it's just the same idea. You have to multiply term by term, right? And as I said again, please do it systematically so you will never miss anything. So do it slowly and one by one, and then combine everything later on for your final answer. All right? So if you have more questions, if you have questions, please leave a comment below and don't forget to like the video and subscribe. All right? So I hope to see you again in my next video. All right, bye.